All right, man. First of all, we are live. I got a couple of my broskies on here. Dallas Cowboy football news and my Cowboys family on here, man. And it's my bad for missing the round table, y'all. I know I missed some good topics, man. And it's kind of like part two, really, kind of like the little makeup and me giving my spiel on everything. And appreciate y'all brothers for doing this for me, man. For letting me come on and give my spiel because I didn't get to give it Saturday. So I appreciate y'all for doing this. And first of all, I want to say I'm glad DeMarcus Lawrence is still a part of the team. Let's get that out the way first. Um, Justin Quarles, what's up? Caballero, I see y'all over there. Texas Boy Maniac, John House, Montana 808, I see all y'all. Marcus Callaway, appreciate y'all for tuning in. And we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started now. That's locker room holder. What's up, bro? You got it, man. Just chilling. Now, my Cowboys family, man. We finally got Tank signed. I want to ask you before I give my spiel. I want to kind of get everybody. I want to kind of get both of you guys, final thoughts on the breakdown, the years, and how does it affect or don't affect signing key players like Dak and Zeke. So just give me your overall, final spiel on DeMarcus Lawrence's new contract and the years he got.
Yeah, I'll give it. First and foremost, I gotta say, much love, DJ. We're just happy you're able to make it. Want to hear your opinions on everything regarding this, good, bad, and ugly. All around. And again, star over everything. Remember, guys. So we all got opinions.
Yep.
So here's the thing. Tank, he got 5-year deal, $105 million. 65 of that is fully guaranteed. But then he's got, and the way he breaks down, I got first apologize to DCFN because I was wrong on the money allotted for the draft. I said 1 million, he said 5 million. We actually were both wrong, but he was close. It's $4 million for this year. It's about what we're going to put aside because it's about a million or so less because we don't have a first round pick. Just wanted to get that out of the way, and also I wanted to make sure I got the information correct on this deal that we have here for Tank. So first year we're getting hit with he's basically getting $11.1 million on the cap this year is what we're hitting on. Now again, he got paid. He's going to get 20.5, so that opened up $9.4 million this year on the cap. But if we cut him, whatever, that guarantee kicks in, and it's $31.1 million. That's dead money this year. But again, we're not going to cut him. So next year, 21.9 is what he's going to get paid. $21.9 million. So that's about $22 million. Obviously, the hit is 36.9 million if we cut him. That's a big hit. But remember, this is all fully guaranteed money. And then 2021, which is the final kind of year of his fully guaranteed money or part of his contract, he's getting $22 million on the books. Now, if we cut him, we don't lose as much. We lose $7 million if we cut. We gain $7 million on the cap back. He gets 15 million. We get 7 back. So for some reason, he's like just having a terrible 2 years. We cut him. We don't lose 22 million. We lose 15. 2022, the fully guarantees kind of stop, but we're still paying on the front loading of the contract. So basically the signing bonus, $25 million signing, that's chopped up and distributed throughout his contract. 5 million was in, I think, 2020. I'm sorry, 10 million is I think in 2021. He's getting another 10 that's fully guaranteed in 2022, but he's promised that year in 22, the fourth year of his contract, to get $24 million. If we cut him, we get 14 million back. 10 is dead. And then the final year of his contract, he's going to get $26 million if we keep him. 5 of that is dead money if we cut him. So we save $21 million if we cut him. Now, I just want to say something here. We can go into the numbers. We go into the stats. I'll let the rest of you guys handle it. But I just want to say I think this is not a bad deal for both sides. Both sides got what they wanted. Tank got the big numbers. He's the big shot now. Okay, he's got to play like the big shot. Now the onus is on him. And everybody should expect him to play top-notch, top 3 defensive end in the league constantly, consistently. I don't expect him every year to be number 1, but he's got to be top 3 every year. He's got to put pressure. He's got to make the tackles for losses. He's great in the running game. He's going to keep evolving. We hope, and hopefully this injury stuff doesn't hurt him. But again, if the injury catches up to him, yes, there's going to be some dead money, but there's going to be a lot of freed up money that's already kind of put to the side that the Cowboys are going to be able to basically, still count on in case he fails us, in case he does not do what he needs to do, or the injuries catch up or whatever it may be. As far as abilities to sign other guys, it really does nothing to hurt us to sign anybody else. I believe that Dak should be next, but out of ease, I think it's going to be Amari Cooper. It's probably easier to work out his deal than a quarterback's deal like Dak. Plus, Dak's still getting paid minimal money this year. What, $1-2 million? But I think there's a way you can still do it. Like giving the signing bonus heavy up front, like Tank. You can still disperse the signing bonus throughout the contract and just make the hit a lot less if you ever have to lose somebody for whatever the reason. You always got to cover yourself. We hope not. The one thing I want to say though about Tank, the last thing I'm going to say about Tank is in 4 years. And in 5 years, what do you think defensive edges, the edge rushers, are going to get paid? They can get $24 million, $26 million. They'll probably get about that or more. So I'm talking about your best one. So if he's still producing and he's still on this team, $24 million, $26 million in his 4th and 5th year might be a bargain for that time frame, assuming he's healthy, assuming he's producing. And again, we have that option after that 3rd year. So that's all for me, man. You guys take it over. DCFN, throw it down.
Absolutely. No. All good numbers there. And I like how you said that it was a contract for both sides. Cannot disagree there. And talking about this prior contract with my fellow roundtable man, Fifth Quarter Cowboys, subscribe to him if you ain't subscribed. We were debating whether does he deserve Aaron Donald money? Does he deserve Khalil Mack money? Does he deserve Von Miller money? And guarantees, he actually got 4th out of those other 3 guys. He's 4th in guarantees at $65 million. Von Miller was 70. Khalil Mack was 90. Aaron Donald was $87 million in guarantees. So the guaranteed long-term contracts are great, but in the National Football League, guaranteed money is where it's at. And $65 million that Lawrence got versus what the other 3 premier rushers got, don't even touch it. I mean, Khalil Mack, $90 million guaranteed. DeMarcus Lawrence, $65 million guaranteed, right? So those numbers ain't even close, and that's what players look for in a contract is the guaranteed money. And you break it all down. The first 2 years are basically guaranteed. The first 3 years are basically guaranteed. If Tank gets injured, it's all guaranteed in his 3rd year. If he don't get injured, most of that money really isn't guaranteed. But if he gets hurt, it's injury guaranteed, not fully guaranteed, only if he gets hurt. Right, guys? The last 2 years, you wipe your hands with him.
Yeah.
You wipe your hands with them, you're done. And like I'm going to reiterate my Cowboys family, it's a smart contract for both. You're really sinking into your money. The majority of it, your first year, 2020, it's only 16.9. That's fully guaranteed. In 2021, it's 17 million. That's fully guaranteed. And then the last 2 years, where you can cut them, release them, do whatever you want to do, it's 19 in 2022, and it's 21 guaranteed on the cap hit at 20 in 2023. So it looks like Tank Lawrence just going to be a Cowboy for the next 3 years. Now, he can write out this contract, and it could be worth it. But 25 sacks, 2 years, I can't wait to see what he can do in the next 5. Great contract. Can't wait. DJ, back to you.
Like I said, first of all, I got to make it clear that I'm glad he's still on the team. That's first and foremost. I'm not here to bash nobody on this team because this is my team, and I hope his production can get us to a Super Bowl. Defensive ends getting a quarterback is a big thing. That's pretty much how offenses score. No, I'm not here to debate with my bros about is he worth being on the team or not. This is clearly me coming from a perspective of wanting to take care of the whole team and not just putting all your eggs in the basket on one player. We need to get real good defensive tackle. Edward Judge, I agree with you. We do. So Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald. Uh, Let me address that real quick because that's something that caught my ear. You said Khalil Mack and Aaron Donald. All right. Give me 1 second here, man. 1 second. Let me ask you. Well, you don't got to respond. I just said. Do the Chicago Bears have a Dak Prescott that they need to pay anytime soon? Do the Chicago Bears have an Ezekiel that they need to pay anytime soon? No, they got Tariq Cohen. He's a fourth rounder. I don't even know who the Chicago Bears starting quarterback is. It's Trubisky. I don't even know who that quarterback is right now. I don't even who is their quarterback. Who knows? So, it's Trubisky. So, and we damn sure know Todd Gurley ain't Zeke, and we damn sure know that Dak is. I'll take Dak over Jared Goff any day. And like I say, when you mention Aaron Donald, see the Rams. The Rams got these. The Ram went all in last year. They put all their eggs in the basket and tried to get to the Super Bowl, and they got there. That's why they had so many, players. The Rams, they just put it all on the line. Plus, they didn't have to worry about Jared Goff, because he was still playing on his deal. They didn't have to worry about paying him yet, and you know, it's just a lot of factors go in when you try to mention other elite defensive players and try to compare money and why that they got paid and that means we can't pay D Law. That's definitely not the case. We lost football news. He'll be back. That's definitely not the case. You got to factor in what you got available at the time. You can't look at another team and say, well, they paid this guy. Why can't we pay our guy? The Cowboys organization don't run that way, because Aaron Donald got paid a boatload of money doesn't mean that you got to pay D-Law a boatload of money because you got other players. You got other elite players that the other teams don't have. Like, would you trade the Bears running back for, our running back? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? We got guys like Ezekiel Elliott, what he did for this team. And I'm not saying that they can't pay him. And I'm not saying that they can't pay Dak. But, man, it's really hard to pay a lot of guys the top dollar that they want. It's really hard to do that, man, And like I said, it's a good problem. Having Dak, having Zeke, having Tank, having Jalen Smith and all the other cornerbacks that's going to come up soon and all the other guys, that's a good problem to have, It's a good problem to have. But the bad thing is you can't keep everybody. It's just the way the sport is, just the way the game works, it's the way the business is. You can't keep everybody. And I just still and y'all know how I am about African American athletes getting their money. I'm a big, big, big promoter of it, man. I love it, But I was a fan of Dallas Cowboys before DeMarcus Lawrence brought his ass here. So my fandom and the love I got for this team doesn't evolve around him or around the dilemma of this and that or around him using his injury as a bargaining tool to try to hold the Cowboys hostage to pay him. I don't respect that. I never will respect that. This is not about D-Law. This is about the team. And for a guy to say, "Oh, I'm not gonna have my surgery until y'all pay me," that's just something I can't respect it, man. That's not what you do to an organization who has given you chance after chance. There's been years where you've disappeared, suspension, multiple surgeries, and they didn't give up on you once. The Cowboys didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna do this before we pay D-Law." They didn't say that. When you gave the proper production that deserved reward, and they did it. When he gave us 14 and a half sacks, we gave him 17 million. Last year he got less sacks than hell. He got 65 guaranteed. I just don't like the way he handled this situation. I honestly feel like this is gonna. I don't care. I don't care what. I don't care what type of person you are. What you do. When you work at the same job as another guy and you feel your production is better, you want to get paid before him. And much shit as I gave Dak Prescott, he came up way bigger than DeMarcus Lawrence did last year. That should have been our main priority right now. You got to keep your quarterback happy. You got to keep your damn quarterback happy. I don't care what people say. I gave Dak shit for 2 damn years. Y'all know that. Y'all watched me give him shit for 2 years because the first year he was, you know what I'm saying? But 17 and 18, I gave him hell. And towards the end of 18, that dude turned into a gladiator. He turned into a gladiator, man. He showed that he can be elite. And you know, after really sitting back and watching how this guy, I mean, think about it. Think our defense was so good overall that when one player did something spectacular or did something that was crazy here and there, we oversold it because our defense was so good overall. You know what I'm saying? I think what Dak I think Dak did so bad early on that when he finally did something good, instead of us praising it, we say about time. We said about time. But what I didn't factor in was defensive side, Raw Marinelli, who's an defensive line genius, and Chris Richard. I didn't factor that in. You know what was on the other side? Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan. So I think a lot of things factor into our defense shining so good. Marinelli with his creative schemes to get to the quarterback. You know, Chris Richard with his the skills he got in the secondary to get turnovers. And on the other side of the ball, you had Dak Prescott, who was struggling to complete passes sometime, or like my Cowboys family always pointed out, they wanted Dak to go through all his reads before he let the damn ball go, which could factor into him holding the ball for so long. I saw Koye made a point. He said quarterback coaches and offensive coordinator normally have rookie or younger quarterbacks to only read half of the field. You know what I'm saying? So that may not even been Dak Prescott's fault. So I just feel like with everything that I feel like was holding Dak Prescott back and the way he still stepped up and balled out himself, I feel like Dak Prescott should have been a priority over DeMarcus Lawrence, and especially for $65 million guaranteed when you got a quarterback who took the beating of his life in 2017, 8 sacks I think in one game, and got up and said he wished he can do it again tomorrow. That man took a beating, you know what I'm saying? And I just don't like the whole holding the team hostage thing, man. And then now you got Stephen Jones saying it could take 4 to 6 months for it to heal. First of all, it's not going to take 3 months. That's not going to happen. He will not be football ready in 3 months. No way possible. He's only human. That's a serious injury. He's not going to be football ready in 3 months. Rehabilitation is a bitch. You got to pass all your physicals. You got to pass all the physical the Dallas Cowboy doctors give you, the strength test, you know what I'm saying? Everything you got to pass. And he's a defensive end that use their hands a lot. This ain't, you know what I'm saying, another position like a receiver or something like this is his, you know what I'm saying? This is his skill. His hands, his arms, his shoulders, everything is all his skills. You know what I'm saying? Look in practice when they on the dummy, what you call, man. It's all it's strength, everything. And I said early on it was a bad idea for him to try to use that, man. And I just don't think with the production that he came up with when we needed him the most, he wasn't there. And I get so tired of the whole double team thing. Like, give me a break, man. Give me a break, you know. Like, and like I said, do not take this with me not wanting him to be here. This is I'm speaking from a team standpoint only, about making sure everybody is properly rewarded for their skills, for their ability, and for the production that they put out prior to getting paid. And if you go through all 16 or 17, 18 games, how many games we played last year, this ain't it. In my opinion, that type of money for that type of production last year, it just don't add up for me. It just don't. You shave off about 20, give him about, I say a fucking, man, I don't know, 65 guaranteed, man. He was so humble before he wanted to get paid. Then he turned into a diva. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm glad he on the team for what he brings, you know, but I feel like that they sacrifice other things in the future in order to make him happy right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Cowboys looked at it long term. I think they just wanted to get it done right now. I think they didn't want nobody else to grab him up right now. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they sacrificed something that could hurt us down the line just to make sure we secure him up right now. And I just didn't like that. I didn't like that move. I didn't like the Cowboys fold. I know y'all say it seemed like a good deal for both sides, but if we argue with him about a contract, we definitely, who knows in the future, we're gonna have to, hey man, could you come and restructure so we can pay this person or pay that person? How many times we restructured Tyron Smith till we couldn't know more? Till we couldn't know more, you know, and if he's a diva about this, he's gonna be a diva about that, man. And you gotta keep your QBs happy. You gotta keep your quarterbacks happy, man. Dak Prescott, man. And I know y'all probably like, man, this dude gave Dak so much hell all year. But man, look, when the man stepped up, man, I gave him his damn props, man. And he stepped up more than anything I've ever seen, man. Like Dak really stepped up in the playoffs, man. That dude, I mean, it's not all about sacks. I understand that, man. But when everybody try to tell me how Dax get up the field, I mean, how D-Law get up the field and do this and do that, Miss Scouting Pro said it best. Typically, the left defensive end, that's pretty much, they do that all the time. And I always said it wasn't nothing special. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like for the team, for the whole Cowboys organization, we got a lot of special players, man. I just think it's going to hurt us in the future. And I think we're headed right back down the Cap Hill again. Y'all know I talked about this forever. I hate that type of thing. And I feel like we're doing it again right now, man. I don't care what nobody say. Just in my opinion, his production last year is not worth the contract he just got. I can't see it. I would have rather paid Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott before I'd have tagged his ass and told him, take it or we'll trade you, and paid Dak and Zeke. That's what I would have did. Simple as that. I would have did that before I'd done anything. I just couldn't. I couldn't bring myself to pay him. You know. Yeah, they let him pin him. They did 1980. They let that dude pin him. The Cowboys let D-Law pin him in the corner. No, he didn't. No sacks against Lane Johnson. No, he didn't. And like I said, I'm not here to bash DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm glad he's on the team. The energy the dude brings, you know, the intensity, the will to want to get to the quarterback. I love it. I love it, man. I love it. But at the expense of possibly having confliction with a two-time NFL leading rusher in Ezekiel Elliott and a leader, a big physical style quarterback, not too big, not too tall, excuse me. A guy that will not give up, even if the score is 30-10 in the fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. Dak Prescott gonna give you his everything he got until that clock hit zero, and he still will walk to the center of the field and shake your hand. Dak earned my respect. He earned it. I used to shit on Dak, but what I saw him do in the playoff last year in both games, Seattle and the Rams, even though we lost the Rams game, what I saw him do, he scored touchdowns in both. DeMarcus Lawrence had 0 sacks in both, by the way. Tell me when the elite's supposed to show up. And I hate even going this far in it because it seems like I'm trying to bash the dude, but I'm not. I'm just saying I feel like we sacrificed a lot. And that was a good point in 1980. The Cowboys let D-Law pin up against the corner, and they had to make a move. And I didn't like that shit. That's a scumbag-ass agent. That's a scumbag. You might be right, Philip. He probably did. You know, my Cowboys family last year, February 25th on the round table, I said DeMarcus Lawrence will not have 14 sacks this year. Why? Because he got his money. Before then, he needed his money. Because prior to 2016, you know what DeMarcus Lawrence did? 1 sack, and we went 13-3 still. He had to produce like that. He lost like 50 pounds, I think. He went from 40. He went from like 290 to like 245 or 250, something like that. Like he lost a lot of weight, you know. And I just feel like that the Cowboys, they got pinned up in the corner, man, and I think they folded real quick. Like they kind of just like, give him this, he ain't gonna turn this down, give him this. And I understand the money breakdown over the years, but I just feel like it makes DeMarcus Lawrence happy right now, but what does it mean for other potential good players in the future? Because We can't try to just like the Rams did this shit. They went all in and they couldn't finish the job. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, when you look at what the defense had, when you look at the defensive coaches and everybody they hadn't one up on our offense because our coordinator was vanilla. The quarterback coach pretty much didn't know much. And even if he did know it, like he was still held back because Lanahan and Garrett had the final calls. Dak Prescott was held back so much by these two. And I just feel like what Dak showed in the clutch, you know what I'm saying? The will to keep going, man. I just feel like he was way more worth than DeMarcus Lawrence was last year. I mean, you could look by the game, man. He just produced way more. Tell me this. Show me a time Dak Prescott screwed a game up and made an excuse. He said, it's on me. I got to get better. When D-Law screwed up, you know what he said? He blamed the refs. He blamed his shoulder. All type of shit. And I'm not bashing the dude once again, man. I'm just showing you the difference between two players that really want to go out there and put on the show and hold their chin up and not make excuses for it, man. It shows the type of man that these people are. You'll never see Dak Prescott wearing a shirt saying it's my money. I want it now. You'll never see him saying, oh, the Cowboys know what this. You'll never see Dak doing that type of shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Dak is the leader, man. He's the face of a team, the elite, man.
Well, here's the thing. I think that you make a lot of good points, but I also think that we're looking at this. We all I don't know about DCFN. I'm not going to speak for him, but I didn't like him using his surgery situation as a bargaining chip. I mean that I think Cowboy Nation this could have turned out a lot worse for the fan base. I was saying this last night, and the fan base. The way the Cowboys worked this deal, whether we like it or not, some people are going to not like it still, but it's still, it could have been a lot worse with the fan base. So the way this thing kind of went down, I know you're one of the more critical people about this deal here, DJ. And again, you're making good points. I mean, does he deserve it? I don't think he deserves $22 million almost in his first 3 years or more. Is what he's going to get in his first 3 years, 22 plus basically, But the market, and I got to use this word here, DJ. The market, and he's in that market. He's in that group. His agent got him in that group, the elite rushing market, and that's what it calls for. And again, I'm not saying I agree, disagree. That's just the way
it's manipulation.
It is, but it's manipulation by. You can say it's by the player. You can say it's by the agent, but it's really manipulation. You can't help. You can't help this. This manipulation happens because the salary caps get squeezed in, and the players' contracts they don't go up as much as the contract players. The player contracts are going up, so the player contracts are going too much. It's gonna and like you said, hurting the team is a major issue on this, right? But again, if you look at the way the contract, but listen, next year we have $85 million with Tank's contract in place. We have $85 million open as of right now, this moment. But you got to add in there about $15 million on top of that. We get another $10 million on top of the cap, which is it's really basic. It's really too low. But that's $10 million on the cap, another $5 million of overlap money. We always have overlap every year, another $5 million. So you get 15 back. Now you got 100. You got 100 million, and you still want to sign these other guys. We can sign them all, still have $15, $20 million left over or more because of the same kind of signing bonus kind of situation. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying that the Cowboys are being careful about where they're having their dead money at. When they have dead money, it's very minimal. Or on the minimal side, when you take in consideration the escalation of the salary cap, the Cowboys are doing a 5-year deal here, and they're projecting in the future. What are these guys going to be getting paid? Tank wants to try to match it, but also Cowboys have more control in his contract at the end of the year. But in order to get that, the Cowboys had to give up more that they wanted to in the front of the career. You know what I'm saying? On the front of the contract. So it's business, it's negotiation, and that's the way I look at it. Even though I don't like the way Tank used his shoulder, I don't think that's going to hurt the team. When you look at all the other factors, you got to look at the other factors. You got to look at the cap raising every year. You got to look at the overlap of money. You got, some of these contracts are not going to hit their full extensions. I mean, the full incentives. So that money gets rolled over to next year. We got a whole bunch of money back, $5, $6, $7 million from last year. So I'm just saying, when you add it all up, you got over $100 million you can still use. And that's, and that's already with Tank solidified for this year. And again, remember, the first years of his contract is probably going to be, it's going to be a little lighter in a way, but also when you look at the end of his contract, it's going to be heavier. But we have, he it doesn't hit us on the cap, hardly even hurts us. And then that money is literally not touched. It's really that's just the cap money, the signing bonus that we are structuring down on the cap, which is what we do with a lot of players. A lot of NFL players, a lot of these other teams, whether it's the Eagles, the Rams, the Patriots, when they sign the few, like the Patriots, they sign only a few, right? But they don't give anybody big contracts. We're gonna Robert Quinn is gonna be gone next year, and we're gonna get probably a third or fourth compensation pick for him. Maybe Kyle probably be gone, another third. And again, I think this whole thing also, you want to keep looking at this as the future of the Cowboys. I think this is Stephen Jones, Will McClay taking over. I think that they have a short fuse on a lot of these 1-year deals. That's why they're 1-year deals. That's why Garrett is on his last leg right here. And I think that it's going to be a big. I truly do believe that this is a change coming on in the foundation of this organization. I haven't seen this kind of movement before in 40 years. The 30 years of Jerry Jones being there. Let me just be honest. Other than Bill Parcells and that little move to try to make himself look not so controlling. Other than that, it's pretty much been a puppet show. This is the first time I've actually seen that I believe that the front office, actually the foundation of this. I've been complaining about the foundation of this team for a long time, and I believe that we're starting to see the first steps towards trying to secure this team, not just for now, but also for the future. Unlike the Rams and the Eagles, we're trying to sign our own guys and trying to make sure these guys are signed for, to make sure everything kind of with the way it overlaps, we don't lose like as much money if someone fails us. We're not going to be, bankrupt and not be able to sign other guys, if needed. We still have money to play with, and we still sign all six. I say six because I include Byron Jones, as a guy who has to show up this year. Jalen Smith has to be probably matched, whatever, he'll be a French tender, first round tender, tag or whatever. But somebody just give him $20 million. We got to match that. So you got to get those two guys signed, as well as Cooper. This is probably the easiest deal to kind of make right now. Zeke got to be signed. I believe he's got to be signed. But the Cowboys, they can wait till next year because he's still, he can still wait till next year. And then you have, and then the last guy you'd have is of course Dak. Which again, if you wait next year for him, you're looking at a possibly a $7 million increase instead of, like, say, Cooper's like $3 million increase for his side of things. So I don't know. That's just my kind of quick breakdown. I could go deeper into this. Somebody else take this over, or DJ. Where do you want to go from here?
I wanted to get Dallas Cowboy fan 1980 on here. Appreciate you, bro. Like I told the other guys, man, I apologize for missing the show, man. So what's your whole take on this D-Law getting this money and everything? How you feel about it? And do you think it'll affect now see, here's my thing. Do you think it affect how other players will go by getting their money now the way D-Law did it, which is wrong? So do you think other players will use that tactic also? And do you think it hurts the team as far as, paying other guys?
Of course. It's already thanks for having me on. I just tried to squeeze in here real quick while I got a little downtime. Pardon me if y'all hear any noise in the background. But it's already affecting the NFL. Like I've been saying over and over and over, the NFL is all about money first, win second. That's just the style, the market, like Cowboys family just said, that's the market of a defensive end. That's the market of a player now. These teams are letting these players back them up into a corner and get these big time contracts. And I'm not saying he's not deserving of it, but on the same token, like you say, the way he went about it was kind of, But there's, like, you guys know, you already know this. There's nothing we can really do about it, or I understand everything's, about opinion, and we got to talk about this with fans. We have to bring this up in discussion to see how everybody feels about it, or one of us feels about it, and that's understandable. But this is the life that football life that we live in now. Back in the day, it was not like this. It was, you get your Super Bowls, then you get a big time contract. It shows a sense of earning something. And now you have maybe a season or two of good productivity, and then you ask, I need to get paid. Then your homeboy, I need to get paid. Then homeboy play for the Steelers, I need to get paid. That's what everybody's doing now. That's just, it sucks, but that's just what it is. And ain't nothing we can do about it. All we can do is just kind of go along with it. Now, it's the Cowboys' job to figure that shit out. If y'all want to let people pin y'all up against the corner and shake money, flip you upside down and shake money up at you, that's their business. You know what I'm saying? They let them figure that shit out but I know this. I will say this. The ball is in his court now. It's in his court now. Now you got to come with it. Ain't no bullshit, 65, I need some tissue and all that stuff. You got to come with it now. You got your money. So you got your money. These people, they done reached in their pocket and gave you their money. So now it's your time. We need to see some sacks. We need to see some forced fumbles. We need to see some strip sacks. You know, you need to get this surgery and recover from it real quick. I don't give a damn if it's projected to take 3, 4, 5 months. You better recover from that shit real quick because you got your money now. You get what I'm saying? So all the bitching and whining and complaining and moaning and prima donnaing that he was doing has to take a back seat now because you got what you asked for. So now you got players that are to me, like you say, well, deserving before. Look at that. Look at Zeke. Zeke walk off the field limping and shit, putting teams on their back. You get what I'm saying? Youngsters at that, you know, and they'll get their money eventually. They'll figure that shit out. But hopefully it won't come back and bite them in the ass. I don't think it will. But you know what I'm saying? Just trust. I guess you got to kind of trust the system. I mean, this is the time of year that is very touchy. It's very sensitive. This topic right here is sensitive because we all in people's pocketbooks. You get what I'm saying? But that's something that's something they got to do, and that's something we got to do as fans to analyze what's going on, the situation. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, I could say I was kind of happy, but my most happiness about it was that it was fucking over with. I mean, now we can focus on other. See, when you got somebody pinning you up a corner and shit, it's hard to focus on the other task at hand because this player here crying and bitching and moaning and complaining about, you know, oh, I need to get paid, I need the money. What about everybody else? But I'm not gonna keep going around in circles here. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But that's all I got, man. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I agree with it. I got to agree with it because I'm a fan, and he needs to perform like that 20-something million he's supposed to be getting. He needs to perform. I mean, that's bottom line. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because if he don't, Cowboy Nation gonna wear his ass out. They're gonna wear him out, and he's gonna be in a worse situation than he is before he got the damn money. You get what I'm saying? So, right. But that's all I got, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here. I'll probably go live later on, but that's all. I don't want to hold y'all too long, man.
What's up, 1980? Thank you.
Dallas Cowboys football news. Anything you want to rebuttal that I said, or anything else you want to talk about?
All right. Actually, there is. Thank you for having me, Fifth Quarter Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Feels good not having to host, having that pressure on me. Thank you for hosting it, my man. So let's go back a couple of weeks before this contract was done. All right. Okay. And we went on your channel, and we're talking about $23 million. I was like, oh yeah, fuck that, cut him, right? Let's just get that out of the way before you try to blow it in my face. All right. So, but there's also a point in there that you were trying to get across. What would you have settled with per year with Tank Lawrence?
Well, I said 18, but when they offered him 20, I said he better take that shit.
So 20, you were comfortable with 20, right?
$20 million, hell yeah.
So you were comfortable with 20, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, means
first I was comfortable with the tag at first.
Well, I'm just going back a couple of weeks before. I mean, we're talking about maybe a month before. Now I'm talking about just a couple of weeks before, right? Okay. So you were comfortable with that. So I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or anything, but if you were comfortable with that, in my mind, you're comfortable saying that he kind of deserved it if you were comfortable with that number. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
Why is that not correct? If you're comfortable with it.
No. What I said,
but he still don't deserve it. What's the issue?
No. When I said 18 million, I said I feel like that was all he was worth because in 2017 we gave him 17 million for 14 and a half sacks. Last year he didn't even crack 11 sacks. So I said $18 million a year is all he's worth. The reason I said I'm comfortable with 20 million because I just felt like that should have been the stop line for the Cowboys. Like $20 million a year, DeMarcus Lawrence, you can take $20 million a year. $20 million a year is enough money for anything. And like 1980 said, you kind of start counting people's pocket at that point. I never said I was comfortable with it or he deserved it. Deserving is a strong word. DeMarcus Lawrence deserves to be paid. What he deserves to be paid is per production that he gave out last year. And I don't think he gave out over $20 million a year worth of production last year. Now, but yeah, I was happy with it, but I didn't say he would deserve. So go ahead with your point.
So were you happy? So you weren't happy with the franchise tag then at $20 million?
Yeah, because that was just 1 year, so we can see what he did this year. I was happy with it. Hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah, tag him.
20 mil.
Yeah.
All right. So he got paid $105 million, 65 of it fully guaranteed. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. So you're not happy with the contract?
Well, I feel like it's gonna hurt us long term.
Why is that?
Well, somebody made a good point on my channel. They said that it's gonna hurt us because we giving Dak Prescott, we giving Ezekiel Elliott, we giving Amari Cooper a whole nother year to give us a whole nother year of great production, which means that what they want could go up. We know what they are worth right now, but another year of those guys giving us an elite season, those three players could make their value through the roof. So I feel like rushing to pay D-Law right now is going to hurt us because we got a whole nother year. Zeke could win another rushing title. Dak Prescott could have crazy number. Amari Cooper can have a way higher yardage season than he had last year, which means their value, what we think it is currently right now, could be through the roof by the time the season over. Then we got a whole nother problem on our hand. That's why.
Okay. So when we talk about deserving and a competitive market and value, I think I don't know Julio Jones's numbers. Maybe MCF can tell me. But that's kind of the market we're working with when it comes to Amari Cooper. MCF, do you have those numbers?
Yeah, Julio Jones. Well, he's looking for a $20 million a year contract. He's edging towards that. So, but I think Cooper is looking at about 17, 18 average per year at most.
Well, that's right now though. What if they go crazy and they age and be like, no. We're not taking it.
I believe we need to go. I believe we need to go with. We got to get Cooper's contract will be easier to do than Dak's, but I think Cooper's it can be done now. I think Dak's will save us more money in the long run though if we do it now than later. And there's still a way of keeping him, getting him this year and still keeping him, under the cap. We could sign him for $2 million this year and still give him the long-term extension. There's still possibilities. Just gotta give that. It's the same thing as Tank's contract. We can sign all these guys. We can still get. I'm not saying we don't have to get Zeke this year, but Zeke is the MVP. He put this team on his back the whole year. He didn't just perform at the end of the year like Dak started to. And both these guys had to overcome the offensive line issues, the Linehan issues.
Yes.
A lot more. So yeah, sorry. Okay. Go ahead, man. Take it back, DC, man.
Okay, so Le'Veon Bell, what was his contract that he just got
with the Jets?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your point? Go to the point.
MCF, do you have those numbers?
I don't know Bell's numbers. No, it wasn't. It was like 13. I don't, how much was he getting? He was like 13, 14. I know the number one is I think 50 with Gurley is 14. It was like 13 point something average.
Okay, so let's just call Zeke 15. Okay, so we're sitting at 35. Correct. All right. Now, quarterbacks like you said, MCF, they're hard to pinpoint. But let's just say Dak averages 25 a year, right?
And that's low. That's on the low side, in my opinion. But
$7 million guaranteed. No, he guaranteed that as son. He got 4 year, $52 million. 14 million this year, 13 next year, 11, then 13 again.
Okay, so I think 15 is pretty fair for Zeke. All right, that's average per year. Okay, so we're sitting at 35. Okay. Now Dak Prescott. Somebody help me out with the math. What's 35 plus 25?
I think you're lowballing Dak, but all right.
Yeah.
You do 25. That's at 60, but I don't know. I think it's a little low. I'd say just go 65. Let's just have fun with it.
65? Jesus Christ.
I'm saying 65 total. I'm saying at the point. If you add, let's say make him 30 instead of 25, or at least make him 27, 28.
What,
I don't know.
65 guaranteed?
No. I'm saying 65 million would be the total at that point. But I'm just saying, if you make that. Make
Okay.
Dak, 25 is low, I think.
Okay, and then let's talk about Jalen Smith. What's the average linebacker make? What, about 11 million average?
Yeah, he'll get
Elite.
12.
Yeah.
12. And then we don't. And then by that time, Van Der Esch will be due, and everybody like Tate Lawrence will be out of the picture and all that, right? So we're sitting at about $77 million per year, and that's not even talking about Byron Jones, which I don't think they will extend him. That's just my opinion. That's why I'm not including him in this number. Okay.
All right.
The
Fair enough.
Dallas Cowboys have $100 million in cap space next year. So if they sign everybody per average, they're still looking at about $35 million in cap space per year, and that's not even including the $7 to $10 million of salary cap increases. So my whole point of this is this deal with Tank Lawrence does not affect anybody coming up for contracts.
That's it.
That's it. Don't
Okay.
affect nobody.
Okay. Let me run it back. All right. Here we go. So first, what we did, we brought up Le'Veon Bell, who's with the Jets. Okay. The Jets don't have the problem we have with elite running back, quarterback, linebacker, wide receivers. Like, okay, let's get that out of the way first. We don't know what Amari Cooper is going to want after this year. We don't know the type of season he's going to have. We don't know what Zeke's going to have. So we can write numbers down. It's just all opinions. But by the player, the production that they have, Kellen Moore could probably bring something to this team we've never seen. And once again, there's no way, in my opinion, that other players on this team are going to see DeMarcus Lawrence and be like, man, did you see what D-Law did to get his money? Now, I know Amari Cooper ain't even that type of guy. He's quiet. I don't think Dak is that type of guy. But as a leader, it sends a bad fucking odor through the locker room when you claim to be a defensive leader. You claim to be the hot boys. You claim to be your guys. Don't do that if you know that's not what you're about. Because clearly you're about you and your family, which is what you're supposed to be. So don't give off this projection that you're for the team when you see guys that are really for their team. Like when Kevin Durant, and I'm switching gears, when Kevin Durant took a pay cut to keep everybody on the Golden State Warriors because they was winning championships, that's a team player. He took a pay cut. That's a team player. You know how long it took Steph Curry to get his money? Like 8 years. He had to win a champ. He would go to state since 2009. You know he got paid? 2016. This is what real team players do. And I told y'all, I'm all for DeMarcus Lawrence getting the money. These NFL owners, they make a boatload of it. The guy that's over the NFL, they make a boatload of money. These guys, I want the players to get paid. I love it. I wish college players got paid. But as a Dallas Cowboy fan, we go through so much crap, whether it's off the field issues, whether it's team in the locker room, with T.O., with Jason Witten and Tony Romo. Are they all not getting along? Everybody hated what Dez Bryant brought, his attitude wise. Greg Hardy came over here and made us look like shit. Injuries left to right. We go through so much. And now I feel like we are on the right path to having the perfect team it takes to hold up that damn Lombardi. And I hate for that shit to be railroaded because the one guy that everybody on that defense look up to, besides Sean Lee, has been acting asshole these past 3-4 months like a whiny baby, using his bodily injury as a damn leverage tool to, like 1980 said, to pin the Cowboys in a corner to pay him. It really rubs me the wrong way. And all of a sudden, he not sad no more. You know what he doing on Instagram? Posting pictures by his car. Now, I told y'all that's what it was all about. This shit is all about Instagram posts and letting these fine-ass Instagram models know the type of money you got. Watch how long. I'm not wishing that on that man's family, but watch how long him and his wife be together after this. It won't be long. Because these dudes do this for a reason, man. They do this for a reason. As soon as he got paid, what did he do? Post his damn standing beside his car. These dudes is about money, man. And righteously they should be. But bro, please bring the production. Don't give me damn excuses, bro. My Cowboys family, how many times has D-Law brought up his injury shoulder? We've never heard that. All we heard was get my sacks, choke a motherfucker out. My boy's got to do that. Soon as it declined. Oh, y'all know I had this injury for 2 years. Oh, fuck the refs. Oh, now they working held a lot, but we never heard it when they really out there playing ball. And I just don't want to hear none of this shit when you get paid. Listen, for a guy to be 100% in his position, this is not a 3-month rehab thing after surgery.
That's a good point you're bringing up because again, it initially was 3 to 4 months. Now they're saying, 5 to 6 months. So, or 4 to 6 months. My thing is this: let's just bank it on being, if at worst case it'd be 100%, it'll be 6 months. But I'm just saying, it could be possibly 4 months. It could be, and then that would get them there at least in the rotation. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not saying we don't want to rush him back, obviously. But yeah, I don't like what he did either. I hate that he used this. But in this day and age, I said this before. Unfortunately, the way that the NFL players agreed to this, and it's been agreed to on the collective bargaining agreement for now, that this is where it's at. You got to get your money first. Unfortunately, 1980 said it great as well. He said that it's about the money. You got to get the money. That's what their positions are worth. This is the way it's become in the NFL, not just for Tank. This is the way it is for all these guys, and the whole NFL is kind of like this. And so, it's not the players' fault either. It's most of this. I put it on the owners. I'm sorry, and the Shield, Goodell, and all them. They're making their money hand over fist. No one complains about that. If we're going to complain about money, let's talk about them getting their money because they're getting their money too. These guys work their entire lives. I'm not saying these owners should not get more money. They provide the platform, the helmets, the everything. Yep. But my point is that in the end, these players work their entire lives just to get to this point. Yeah, they should get the money, whatever they're worth, they're bringing into these teams. But when it comes to hurting the team, I agree with you. It's got to be a happy medium in this day and age. What I think Stephen Jones and Will McClay, because McClay got involved now in the free agency stuff now with Quinn. He was a big time push. Whether we like that deal or not, I think we all liked it. He's being more involved with McClay. That's a good sign. Stephen Jones is more involved. That's a good sign. If you like kind of this new wave we're trying to go, we're not. I don't think they're trying to pay out these. I don't think it's the same thing. They're just giving away money. I think that they're just going to know they have to. It's a balance between the way things are right now in the NFL and the way that the collective bargaining agreement is, and between the salary cap and trying to pay players of their market range. That's where the Cowboys got to balance it. And who's going to win Super Bowls? The team that does it the right way for this new era of things. And right now, the Patriots have been working it. Maybe the Cowboys are trying to go this other route, this new route. At least it's a good sign for me that they're at least turning a corner in a way, not doing the same old bullshit that they always do every single year. Waste money on shit free agents, and on budget, low budget, inexpensive free agents are still a crap out for us. This year, at least it looks like a smarter move. The last couple of years, it's been kind of fumbling around, but I just like that right now. It looks like that the plan is starting to try to take shape a little bit now, kind of see what the Cowboys are doing, which way they're headed. And I mean, I think it's a for the times, for the way we are right now in the NFL and the way things are going. Stephen Jones, Will McClay got to find a way to get their guys signed, whichever guys they may be. They got to sign them in a smart way. And I think that's what it's a tough situation right now when you got to sign your players, the best players, fill up your roster with your guys and keep the best guys you got on your team happy. It's a tough thing to be in the middle of that. And, I think that they got out lucky on this one. I thought it was going to be a lot worse when they signed Tank. Whatever the signing would have been, I thought it was going to be a lot more hurtful for the team. I care about the team right now. They're right now saying, okay, Tank is here. He's ready to do this. Yes, they're going to say, yeah, I don't like him getting the shoulder surgery. But then they say to themselves, if I was him, I'd probably do the same thing, which sucks. But that's the way it is nowadays. And so I don't know. I can't blame Tank for that, although I don't like it. I'm like you, DJ. I don't like the way that he went that route, that he's forced to go that route, or that he chose to go that route. Whatever it may be, his agent, helped him choose that route. Whatever, it's his responsibility in the end. So I agree with you. But again, if he didn't do that, he might not be getting as much money as he's getting. And look, in the end, that's business negotiations. It sucks that that's the way it is now. It's not about winning first and then getting paid. It's about getting paid first and then maybe winning. And that's what bothers me. But again, the Cowboys kind of have a fail-safe, a little thing here to drop out of this in case the shit hits the fan with Tank. And I think we won't be as bad off as we all might think if this is a bad deal. Let's say it turns the worst case scenario. And I'm looking at the contracts we were just talking about. I mean, even if we don't sign Byron Jones and we go at the highest end of all these players we said, the other four guys, Dak, Cooper, Zeke, and Jalen Smith, we still only top out at worst $75 million at worst, and we still got $25 million to play with. If we don't get Byron Jones, all right, we got $25 million to play with on top of any kind of restructures. And again, the way we structure these four guys as well makes a difference of how much we'll have next year. We might have $40 million next year to play with, signing all these guys. Very, very possibly could.
So let me ask you this, man. Both of y'all feel like, which I disagree with, that it won't hurt us as far as anybody contract, but I feel like it'll hurt us as far as contract negotiation with other players. I feel like if what the reports are saying about the 4 to 6 month thing is true, that he's going to miss a couple of games, I feel like it's going to hurt our on the field play. What do we got? What do we got like a really good AFC team in week 1 and D-Law isn't there? Isn't that going to hurt the team?
Yeah, no, you're right. It is one of the bumps on this road. It sucks. It does suck. I mean,
and I'm not saying you brushing over, but it just seemed like everybody from the way I've seen people give other guys shit early on about the big contract that they feel like they didn't deserve. It seemed like everybody just brushing off D-Law like, oh, okay, well, and it's like I don't understand. Because
I agree. I understand what you're saying. It sounds like that. And again, like 1980 said, we can't do anything about that. But now when he gets on the field, he said it, the ball's in his court. I've been saying that now it's over with, right? We can exhale whether you like it or not. Here's what I expect is when Tank hits that field, whether it's week 1 or week 4, he better be sacking some quarterbacks. And then you're going to see a real different, I'm sorry, people don't like this and he shouldn't have taken the big contract, but he needs to perform out there consistently. That's it. That's all I expect. He does that, I don't care about. I can overlook this. I can overlook this bump in the road. That's why I'm overlooking it right now because I don't know what's going to come of it. If it's bad, it's going to bite him in the ass. If it's good, then none of us would talk about it. You won't be talking about this, DJ. We'll be talking about how many sacks and he's a Pro Bowler again. I'm just saying it goes either way.
And that's why I started my video off by saying I'm glad he resigned, because I wanted to make that clear with everybody. I'm glad.
Exactly. No, I agree. That's the way it was handled and the money.
I just hate the energy that it brings to that locker room. This was a sour-ass agreement and negotiation between him, a team that he swore he loved, and the Cowboys. And I wanted this dude to make every dime he can from these rich-ass teams. I wanted him to. But like I say, the way he went about doing it, as far as the way his agent handled talking to the Cowboys and the way he handled his surgery, this dude really needed this surgery soon as the season was over with. Antoine Woods did his thing. Byron Jones did his thing. Everybody that needed surgery, they got it done. He held out for this is his 3rd damn surgery. You, my brother, don't have no room to be holding out on no surgery, being that you're on your 3rd one. You need to get all your shit done as soon as possible. Tank should have got his surgery done, and it's kind of pointless now because he's paid. But I'm just giving my spiel because I didn't get to give it Saturday. Yeah. He should have got his surgery done.
I agree. I agree 100%. I agree. I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to let Dallas Cowboys Football News kind of speak on this. But I agree 100% with you on this comment. I agree 100% with you, DJ. I can agree with some other stuff, but I agree with you on this one. So this only hurts him. This only hurt him. I understand him using it for his contract, whatever. But in the end, it kind of shows he wants to stay in Dallas. But at the same time, it's kind of showing how loyal are you to the Cowboys, how loyal you are. You can only be he's in the middle spot too. When the owners, front office is in the middle of trying to deal with this new situation where the player positions are getting rising too faster than the cap is rising. But then so does Tank have to deal with that too. So look, I'm not trying to lay off on him. I agree 100% with you. I don't like the way he went about it. And he got his money. Now we got to see. Now we're going to be hard on him. That's the way it's got to be. But DCFN, any comments on the injury? The way it was handled?
Well, no. And then we talk about other players getting their surgery. It's because they're under contract. They have to get those surgeries because their Dallas Cowboys pretty much tell them whatever the fuck to do with their body. The Dallas Cowboys feed them. The Dallas Cowboys diet them. The Dallas Cowboys pretty much do everything for them. So when you're under contract, the Dallas Cowboys tell you, hey, go get that surgery. Go see this doctor. Go see that doctor. Okay, you want a second opinion? Go to that doctor. There's no HIPAA in the NFL. Tank Lawrence wasn't under contract, so he's responsible for his body. If he wants to hold out the surgery, he has every right to. Why? Because that's his body. Nobody owns it.
About that, though?
I can't tell him what to do with his body.
How do you feel about him doing that, using it for the contract?
That's his right.
So, I'm saying, I know it's right.
I can't feel any type of way for him not wanting to get surgery, go under his scope until he's financially stable.
All right, fair enough. That's what I wanted to know. Keep going. That's just.
Oh my God.
I mean, what's the deal, Pickle? He wasn't under contract. He can do whatever he wants.
So a guy like you who loved this team and loved everybody that contributed to it and wanted to give 100% had no problem with that guy holding out, potentially hurt himself being 100% on the field to help our team win. You had no problem with that.
Well, apparently the Dallas Cowboys, who signed him to a 5-year, $105 million, $65 million guarantee contract, didn't have no problems with it either.
No, I'm
asking. They could have said, "To hell with you. We're pulling our franchise tag, and we're not going to sign you then." So it doesn't matter about me or the team that I love accepted it and still signed him, and he'll be under the microscope or under the surgery table under the lights in the surgery room on Wednesday, and it's all done and did. It's over with.
Man, I don't know, man. For me, man, I love this team to death, and I want everybody on that field. That's why I told you, my Cowboys family, when Dez first talked about that injury, I got on his ass. I'm the biggest fan of Dez, and when we did our video, I got on his ass for not telling the team about that injury. We both were talking about that was selfish of him.
No, I know, I agree, and same thing for this. I agree with you. It's selfish for doing this. I have my opinion. And like DCFN says, he doesn't blame him for holding out for the injury. I understand Tank's viewpoint. I just still don't like it. That's my personal opinion. I get my opinion on that. And I, like DJ, don't like it either. I fully understand it. I don't understand how you can, as a fan, let's say, and again, other than him doing what he wants to do with his body, you know, when you're looking at his own situations, yes, getting paid, he's going to get paid either way. Having that surgery earlier is going to make him play and show out more faster to any team he's with. I don't know, but I understand why he did it. I'm just saying I don't like that he did it. That's my feeling. That's all.
Let me ask you this, brother. Let me ask you this, football news. If DeMarcus Lawrence really, really, truly thought his production was through the roof, how you claim it was last year, why would shoulder surgery have to be a bargaining tool to help someone hostage? Why couldn't he just pull up the film and say, here's why I'm worth 23? Why did he have to say, if y'all don't pay me, I'm not getting my surgery? Why wasn't his on-field production good enough to get him his money? Why did he have to hold him hostage with his injury if he was really that good last year?
Because the numbers speak for themselves.
No, sir.
The numbers speak for themselves.
No.
It's 25 sacks in 2 years.
No, that's not what I said.
Let me lay this out for you.
Okay.
Let me lay this out for you. Okay. DeMarcus Lawrence and the Cowboys, it's not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure hindsight's 20/20 on this, right? The Dallas Cowboys said, all right, Tank, we're going to franchise tag you on this 14 and a half sacks, right? We're going to franchise tag you. I want you to do it again. Tank Lawrence, he didn't get 14, but he got double digits. The first Dallas Cowboy to do that since 2007, 2008 season, DeMarcus Ware. Okay? So it's been a long time since a Cowboy went back-to-back in double-digit sacks. And so with that in mind, no matter what it was, because Tank already – and the way Tank's attitude was towards the other franchise tag and Stephen Jones' body language – at the scouting combine, talking about if we have to tag Tank or not, I don't think that's what they wanted to do. I think they wanted to get long term done right out the gate. Right. But the reports have it that they offered 16, 17, whatever it was, and then the agent's like, no, let's do 20, and then they're like, no, let's do 23. I think that's bullshit. I think that the guarantees weren't right, and that's why. Because no one was talking about the guaranteed offers. Nobody was. And they were just talking about the base salary of it all. But I don't think that was right. I think that's fake news, as Trump would say. But I think there was parameters set. We franchise tag you this year, we'll get you, and you do those numbers again, we'll get you long-term deal. So that's just hindsight 20/20. If you sit back and really watch everything, hear the words that they were saying out of their mouths. I think that's why that long-term deal was done regardless. And I think that's why Tank Lawrence said, all right, cool. You promised you a long-term deal, 1 year of franchise tag. Now you're trying to back out with negotiations and no telling what the fuck his agent was telling him. I mean, that agent sounds, as reports that we all heard, sounds pretty fucking shady to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there were parameters set for a long-term deal after that first franchise tag. That's why I think he used the shoulder surgery thing for leverage because I think it was already promised to him. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, we know they break promises. Jerry Jones said Des Bryant will be here on this football team. A month later, he cut. Xavier Woods came out on DallasCowboy.com. They promised me all kinds of stuff, and I haven't seen nothing yet. So,
Wow.
DeMarcus Lawrence could be looking at broken promises. So that's probably why he held out on that shoulder surgery. I can't confirm this. I don't know, but hindsight's 2020, and that's what I'm looking at.
Right. That's a good point. I won't disagree with it, but yeah, that's a really good damn point. He could have been looking at that, and I just feel like if my production is really good, and somebody made a good comment. Chris said it's just bad morale when you're supposed to be a leader, regardless if you're in the contract talks or not. Get the surgery, and it'll benefit you. Even if Dallas doesn't sign you, someone probably give you $25 million. But like my Cowboys family said, he probably wants to be a Cowboy. But I've talked about it from day one. You're the leader. Your teammates see you using this as leverage. And like I said, for me, y'all, I'm just tired of bad energy in this locker room. I'm just tired of having money issues. Y'all said there won't be a money issue or whatever, and all that. But it's just really hard for me to believe everything will contractually go smooth with these other top players we got, because we do have a lot of them. And like I said, it's a good problem to have, but I just hope it don't affect the way other agents want to negotiate. And I'm with you with that football news about his agent. Like I don't like the way he let his client handle that. But DeMarcus Lawrence, he's a young guy. He's seeing other defensive ends and linebackers getting paid, and I just think he went about it the wrong way. And I just don't like it because we don't know the length. Like they said, it was 3 to 4 months. It's the typical healing time for this surgery. We don't know how bad it is for DeMarcus Lawrence because he's been playing with a torn labrum for 2 years. So his may be more severe than we even know. And his healing time may be longer than expected when they thought about it. They probably saying this now after the x-rays, being that the season is over. And they had their doctors to check it out. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is probably worse than it was. And if D-Law is not there on that left end starting the first game, I'm going to be pissed. Because that's a lot of goddamn money to start this damn season, and your ass ain't over there. You're going to be on the sideline with some cowboy gear on, trying to clap everybody up. You act like a goddamn diva for 3 months, and now you can't even show up on the field the first goddamn game. You know what I'm saying? This is like a girl making a guy wait to get between her damn legs, and by the time he get it, the box is trash.
Ooh, no bad walls, brother, man.
He just spent $1 million on her. And she done made him wait 6 months to get the nook, and he got it. He like, man, this some trash vagina. So I just
Britney Spears style.
Ooh, but I understand what y'all are saying. I just cannot agree with that. I did not expect it to be this bad with him. This really turned out bad, and I agree 100% with 1980 when he said DeMarcus Lawrence pinning the Cowboys up in the corner. I really believe that. I truly believe that.
Can I? I was just gonna say, that comment of pinning us in the corner, kind of forcing us to do this. I mean, think about just another factor as well, and this is unfortunately plays into it. Gregory suspended. The unknown of Taco. The Crawford. I'm not saying that incident did anything. I'm just saying he's not really a full-time right defensive end, and of course, David Irving being released, gone, whatever. Whether the Cowboys planned poorly or not, my point is that it's kind of we were saying this from the beginning. We kind of had to go this way with him. The Cowboys knew they wanted him signed, and I'm hearing Tank did not, like you guys said, Tank did not want to leave Dallas. He wanted to stay in Dallas, but he also wanted to get paid. So again, he had a lot of things going his way for this. He had a lot of things going his way for this negotiation. And yeah, aside of that, the way he handled it, which was horrible, with the shoulder injury and all that, I hate the way he handled it. But this is something that the Cowboys wanted to see. They would have probably. They did not. They already had planned on getting Tank his money. They didn't plan on all these other things going wrong, I think. And he had more leverage. Tank.
They was and I'm pissed because the Cowboys wanted Tank. They were going to pay him. And to speak on that, your whole double-digit sack football news, not shitting on it or nothing, but 10 sacks that's like bragging about 2017 when we went 9-7. That's 8-8. Them 10 sacks, man. Them 9 sacks. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. I'm not bragging about that. DeMarcus Lawrence is supposed to be elite. He's supposed to be elite. He just got elite money. Don't 10 damn sack season and say that was a success, because I don't give a damn if you had 1 sack. If that 1 sack help us stop a quarterback on 3rd down to win the Super Bowl, you are right in my damn book. And in the playoffs, Russell Wilson and Jared Goff had fun. Even though we beat Russell Wilson, Jared Goff didn't
Russell Wilson was miserable. Come on now.
I say even though we beat him, our elite defensive end, quote unquote, by you, didn't touch neither quarterback. Do you know that DeMarcus Lawrence had 2 separate occasions where he went 3 consecutive games without sacks? That's not elite.
Aaron Donald started the year off with
I don't give a fuck about Aaron Donald.
I'm just saying, my point is that it happens to the elite. If you're going to bring that up, you got to look at the whole picture and not just one little thing, because there's a lot of defensive ends that go 3 games without sacks.
I look at the whole point of what we do. Aaron Donald got paid for what he did already. Aaron Donald has been such a damn beast. And even last year, when he had those games that you're talking about, he still had 20.5 sacks. That's 10 more than. All right, look, I'm glad D-Law got signed. I just don't like I don't like the way the whole situation went down. I don't like that he's getting so much damn money for a basic ass season last year. Yes, his season was basic last year. It wasn't nowhere near what he did in 2017. And what he did in 2017, he got rewarded with $17 damn million. That's over $1 million a damn game. He got rewarded for it. Last year, 10 sacks or 10.5 sacks. Hell no. This man about to get almost 30 damn million. He's about to get almost 30 damn million dollars in one season. And y'all are happy when we got a quarterback who's still paying under 600,000, when we still got a running back who won 2 consecutive rushing, not consecutive, who won 2 rushing titles, probably would have been 3 if he wasn't suspended. And y'all glad this damn defensive end who has had 2 surgeries, now playing with torn labor for 2 years, bitched and moaned for 3 years, is almost getting $30 million this 1 year when Prescott ain't even getting $1 million from this damn team?
Debatable.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, man. It's just, I cannot, man. I love y'all to death. And that's why I love we can do these type of videos. But we definitely going to disagree on this. This is not cool. And market. Last year, I said he's not going to have 14 in a sack. Watch it. This year, you know how many sacks DeMarcus Lawrence going to have? 8 or 9. 8 or 9. 8 or 9. Watch what I tell you. Okay. If he prove me wrong, fine. I just hope the extra ones he get us to the goddamn Super Bowl. But I just don't believe. A lot of Cowboy fans think because you play a guy that means he's going to be super elite that next year. No, sir. Don't happen like that. It's not how the NFL works. It just doesn't happen like that. You know, it just doesn't. The only guy that did that, the only guy that got his money recently and leveled up was Aaron Donald. And you know what Aaron Donald did when he held out? He didn't say a word. He just stayed quiet until they paid him. And then he showed up at training camp. He didn't say a word. He just stayed quiet. So overall, I'm glad he's still here. I say it again. I'm glad he's still here, man.
Well, he got signed because he was next on the list. I mean, he was next on the list of importance and the guys we got to get figured out. You know, that's one reason why. You just can't jump to your best player and just sign him if he's not going to be signed for another 2 years. Doesn't have to be, his contract doesn't have to be taken care of for another 2 years or a year. Let's say at least another year. Let's say like Zeke. No, I'm talking about Zeke. Like, we can wait on Zeke. We have to take care of Tank one way or the other before we go to the next domino piece. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to take care of Tank first.
This is what I'm saying about Zeke. This is what I'm saying. So if the Cowboys went on decided to sign Zeke right now, which this would save us a lot of money in the long run, versus giving Zeke a couple more years to build up a bigger resume. I mean, come on. Yeah, these are my points. My points are, let's sign him now. So if Zeke come out and get 1,400 yards or something crazy, or, you know, he pull off an Eric Dixon and get 2,000 or whatever, You know what Zeke will want if he get them type of yards? It'll be crazy. We got elite players right now that we can take care of so it won't hurt us in the long run. We can get them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think in the long run, DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be that guy. That's why I was happy with the franchise tag, man. Because when we franchised for $17 million, he gave us less production. He gave us less. Like, I don't know. What am I? Y'all tell me what I missed last year. What did I miss? Like, did I miss something special? I don't know.
I mean, Tank has been good against the run. That's an overlooked thing, and that's something that a lot of defensive ends that don't. No, there's a lot of defensive end pass rushers that are not nearly as good as he's tied with the best tackle for loss in the league with Calais Campbell. I'm just. My point is that he does do more than just one thing, and this, with the hurt shoulder or whatever. I'm not going to go into the double teams and all that stuff. I know that we all know he should get past that. Not an excuse. I just, I didn't think he'd get 14 and a half. I don't think I said he'd get 14 and a half. I thought he'd be in that range though, a little underneath that. I think that, will he get a big season this year with his injury situation? And probably not. But if he gets 10 this year, I'm playing and he plays 4 less games. I mean, that'd be pretty good. But he needs to ball out. He needs to ball out every game consistent. My thing is consistency. When he's on that field, first of all, he's got to be on that field. Secondly, when he's on the field, he's got to be consistent. And so I think now, whether you hate this deal or not, I mean, I understand your point, but Cooper and Zeke, how about this? They would only be about, if we gave them the money that they get, if they give them the full contracts per year average, to where they're going to be at, this year or next year. If we were to give them that money this year, they would actually only cost us about $11 million on the cap right now. More this year, this season. So we could afford those moves still, and easily make a couple $1 million move if we needed to be able to fit them on the. I'm saying if the Cowboys wanted to sign Zeke, if the Cowboys wanted to extend Cooper and extend Zeke, restructure it. But I think they're going to wait to Zeke next season. And it's going to cost them a couple $1 million more, but it's not going to be a break the bank kind of situation. I don't think with Zeke. With Cooper, with Julio Jones's contract up, and he's trying to get a probable $20 million extension. He might not get 20, but he's going to get closer to 20 than he would have this year. So I need to get Cooper's contract done. I need to get I know they got to get Zeke's, but I think that's going to be something that's going to kind of take more of a into next season. But I think that Dak's contract is the one that if the Cowboys front office already decided, and it's not me, this is not you, this is not DCFN or 1980, this is the Cowboys front office. If they've already decided, like I think they already decided they were going to keep Tank. If they already decided they're going to keep Dak, then sign his ass now. Extend Cooper. And that's the one thing I'm saying about Zeke, and I love Zeke. He needs to stay on this team. He's my favorite player on this team. Mm-hmm. But the front office might not be there. That might not be their best player. Again, he's an elite running back, but what if they want to just use him out to the end of his contract and then replace him? I don't know what their game plan is yet with Zeke, but I think that'd be stupid. I think they need to use Zeke and get another running back in the draft or something to relieve him of some of these hits that you were talking about, DJ, last year that we needed to get fixed because he was carrying his team and the weight was heavy for him. So again, if we're going to keep Zeke, we got to make sure that he's healthy as well if we're going to sign him long term. That's a key question there. I think Cooper, he's good to go. I think Dak, if the Cowboys front office already decided on him, he's good to go. And Jalen Smith's proven he's good to go. So, Byron Jones has got to play out his season. That's the way I see it. Everybody, that's my roundup of the free agency that we have left coming up with our star guys. And again, a lot of these guys are signed. Our offensive line and a lot of our defensive players are signed next year. So under contract. So this is along with these 6 guys or 5 guys, you still got 30 guys under contract that we, whether they're depth or they're just good starters, we're keeping on this team. So I think we have no problem keeping this entire group together if we want to. Most of these guys, at least.
Okay, I got you, bro. I mean, everything sounds good. Go ahead, football news.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Go ahead.
All right. Do you think the Dallas Cowboys value the running back position?
Oh.
I think they want to value it because again, they want run first. They want to have that offensive line. I think they want to value it, but again, we don't know what the changes are coming in place here. We don't know if they're going in a different direction. I just think they value running the ball, but not necessarily the running position, the running back position.
Because look what they did. they let DeMarcus Murray go, right? That's our most valuable back since Zeke came into the National Football League, right? Fourth overall. And then they picked up Alfred Morris and Darren McFadden, right?
Right.
And that's because they didn't want to pay. And they got two guys, which Darren McFadden, he got over 1,000 yards. I mean, it worked out for that 1 year. And then we got Zeke, right? It didn't work out. Obviously, we had a shitty record, but it worked out from the running back stats standpoint, right?
Right.
So to the Dallas Cowboys, I think, and maybe I'm talking out of my ass here, but this is what I'm thinking, that fifth-year option for Zeke, and then they're probably looking at the draft like, okay, who can we go get? And they haven't signed a running back in free agency, and Rod Smith is not signed. So whoever they get, if they're pretty fucking good, look for Zeke not to get a long-term deal on this football team.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. Zeke is just a different type of player, man.
That's what I'm saying. If they draft a running back high, and he's pretty damn good, I don't know, man. But go back to my question, though. Do they value the running back position? Long term.
Honestly, I don't. I think they value run first, and I think if they can't get it, because when you think about it, Emmitt Smith, he did so much for us so long, and he helped us win for so long, and I felt like once the winning stopped, he was gone. DeMarcus Murray, he did so much for us, they let him go. Dan McFadden, they let him go, even though he had 1,000 yards, they let him go. So I honestly see what you're saying. I think it's more sort of person. I think they feel like once they get out of you, what they get out of you, it is what it is. They move on. So I can see what you're saying about the long term but Emmitt Smith was with them so goddamn long. But I honestly see what you're saying. I do see your point, but I think Zeke, if they don't kill Zeke this year like they did, poor 21 last year, if they don't kill Zeke this year like they did, because last year Zeke looked like 2014 DeMarcus Murray, they killed him. And if they can preserve, like my Cowboys family say, go get us a good solid running back to help Zeke to take that load off in the fourth. Zeke should not be running that hard in the fourth quarter. Even though you try to do it on me and Madden with Zeke in the fourth quarter. Zeke should not be running that hard in the fourth quarter. You should have another guy. Rod Smith just wasn't it. Appreciate it, Mike Marsh. South of Heaven. Subscribe to South of Heaven, man. Even though he wasn't it, he said my blood is boiling. He's pissed. I feel like they will sign Zeke long term because the connection that Zeke and Dak have, I think the Cowboys like that camaraderie with those. So I think you gotta enjoy what 4-21 brings, the energy they bring with each other, the way they hype each other up. The Dak mess up, Zeke right beside his side, telling him, "Hey man, you'll get it back." Sometimes they'll fuss with each other like, "Hey, you supposed to win this way, that way," and then the next minute they'll correct it. So I think the connection between those two, them being real friends, besides having dick water guns, I don't know what that was about, but I think besides
squirt, skeet.
Besides that, I think that's a connection that the Cowboys kind of want to keep going. They may just be evaluating Zeke, seeing what he can do. Go ahead, my Cowboys family.
No, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
I think they evaluating Zeke and seeing what Zeke can do. That's why I feel like they jumped the train too early with D-Law. I really feel like that because I don't even recall. I think D-Law has only played 2 full seasons. We talk about Sean Lee's season, but DeMarcus Lawrence ain't had no injury like that. But I think he's only played 2 full seasons since he's been here in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So and like I say, he really wasn't talked about until 2 years ago. I mean, he had the one play against Detroit, and 3 years ago, 2016, he only had 1 sack, and then that losing season, you talking about Football News, he had 8, whatever. But I just feel like they jumped the gun so fast with this contract, and that when I saw it, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? 5 years, 105, 65 guaranteed. I'm like, what the hell? Who we paying? DeMarcus where? DeMarcus Lawrence. I was tripping. Man. And it kind of blew me away when I saw that contract. I was like, you know what I'm saying? So that dude, and I value Dak and Zeke way more than I value DeMarcus Lawrence. Way more. So that dude, whenever he come back, he better come back with fire in his eyes. He's under the magnifying glass. The same magnifying glass everybody put Dez Bryant under after he got paid. The same damn magnifying glass. He got scrutinized so bad by people, and his production did drop when he got paid. But just like DeMarcus Lawrence said, he's been playing injured. Dez Bryant played injured for 2 years, just like D-Law did. Just like he did. And that's why I'm a little bit confused. I don't understand it because now you take away the drop passes or whatnot, and some people say some were his fault and some weren't. If you contribute if you could contribute some of Dak production in Lanahan, you could contribute some of our wide receivers, having lack of touchdowns and lack of catches and yardage to the offensive to Lanahan also. But I don't think it became evident to Jerry Jones until last year that, we got to get this dude out of here. This dude's hurting our team. I think Jerry Jones really saw last year that Lanahan was hurting this damn team. And it's just ridiculous on how that happened. So DeMarcus Lawrence really got to come back and show, because I'm on him. Football News, how we was on Dak the second. Well, I've been on him for 2 years. You jumped that. I forgot what game it was, but you was like, oh, no, that's it for me. I want you to keep that same energy.
Week 3 against Seattle.
I want that same energy with DeMarcus Lawrence, brother, man. I want that same goddamn energy this year.
Debatable.
No, sir. No, sir. I want that same energy with D-Law this year. You better hold him to the same goddamn standards of an elite.
Well, I can promise you I will, DJ.
But it's a tricky situation.
No, sir. No, it's not.
Let me explain.
Hell no.
Let me explain.
Go ahead.
All right, let's say he did get the surgery a month ago. And let's say, he's fine dandy, right? Surgery, depending on how much it's his shoulder, so he can still get some leg conditioning in, different kind of things without really messing up his shoulder, right? So that's a good thing. So conditioning might not be that much of an issue. I don't know. What is it? A torn muscle? Probably takes about 6 weeks for that scar to really develop, and usually anything internal when that scar closes should be about 80%. So I think in about 6 weeks, maybe 2 months, I think that rehab comes in, right? And then I don't even know what the fuck's a torn labrum anyway?
It's a piece of the fibro cartilage. It's like rubbery tissue that attached to the rim of the shoulder socket. That they keep the ball joint in place.
Oh, just super glue that bitch. He'll be back in a week.
Oh my Lord! it's unfortunate on how this whole it's just messy, y'all. As us Cowboy fans, y'all, we are tired of shit. We are tired of this shit. And one thing we did need was a guy, an outspoken guy like DeMarcus Lawrence, handling this situation how he handled it. I know we can all agree on that. If y'all agree with the money or not, the way D-Law, the leader, one of the leaders of this defense, he handled that all wrong. It's not a good look for this team. You create a sour relationship. Now, not only us, but the Cowboys are going to look at you crazy. I know y'all said the Cowboys created themselves an out, in case shit hit the fan, but he has a magnifying glass like never before. This is even a bigger magnifying glass than after he had 14 and a half sacks. It's bigger now because we paid you so much damn money. Over our offense, we ain't got there's no true elite safety on our team. Our elite linebackers aren't up for pay yet. So I guess defensively, he was probably the only guy that was due to get paid. I still feel like he's overpaid. But now the scope is on you. It's on you. You know what I'm saying? You claim you this, you claim you that. You got your tank. You got all this crazy goddamn merchandise. Man, listen, man. create your brand, make your money for your family, do all that for your family. I'm happy for you, man. I love to see it. But as far as how much money you get, I feel like you overpaid. It doesn't matter because you got it. You got lifetime money for your kids, for your wife, everything, man. It's not nothing in the world you can't afford. But as far as me, I speak from wearing that star. I speak from wanting to hold up another Lombardi. I speak from everybody that don't do YouTube videos that's telling you, you better go out there and ball. We better hear DeMarcus Lawrence name as much as we hear Khalil Mack, Von Miller, all the other elite guys out there name we hear year round. I'm talking about you better be up there, top 3, because you top 3 paid, so you better be up there in top 3 production. And that's all I got to say about it. Y'all can get y'all closing statements. I've been on here for 90 minutes, so my Cowboys family get your closing statement, and I'm gonna roll out.
Yeah, no, first of all, I agree with you on all that stuff, man. And for me, this is bigger than his magnifying glass is going to be on him now. More than it was last year, and this is what he knows this is what's going to be. Again, does he care? We'll see. We'll see what happens. Sometimes you have to take risks on some of these players that the Joneses and the front office are already kind of decided they were going to do with Tank. It seemed like, at least. So again, I like that we got it done. We got it wrapped up. I like that we have some outs on this towards the end of his contract. So I'm still like that, but I'm also with DJ on this. 1980, the way this was handled was poorly by Tank. And I also think it makes me kind of feel a little bit sick in my stomach to know that he tried to pull it. At the same time, I know why he did it. So it's both sides did good and bad, and you just got to kind of roll with the times, kind of like what 1980 said. But in the end, it's time to move. It's time to get to the next piece. I don't think he hurt us long term. I think we have a lot of outs in this deal, so that's where I'm plus. That's where we differ there, DJ. But I think we agree on he's got to ball out this year, and I say ball out, and I say consistently. Please understand what I mean. I mean he's got to get out there and really be disruptive. You can say Khalil Mack and Von Miller. He's got to be disruptive. He's got to either create sacks, turnovers, or just break up plays in the running game, cause losses for downs. And I'm saying he did this the last 2 years, more or less. He did this pretty consistently, not as consistently as we want to see it, obviously, especially last year. So I want to see better than he did the year before last year. I want to see him do better than he did when his 14.5 sacks. Now, again, I know he's going to miss a game or two, maybe the injury thing. I'm going to try to give him that little last break in a sense. And then, I know you compare him to Dez. I'm not going to go down that route because Dez had years and also other issues where in the locker room he was not disruptive. And Tank, I'm sorry, in the locker room, Tank was not disruptive. He was positive. And again, this is business on the outside. Dez was disruptive inside, and we all saw it on TV. But again, and that's a whole different subject. Going down that route, I did want to touch on something Dallas Cowboy Football News said before I'm out of here, or at least a closing statement that Zeke and the running back position for the Cowboys. A great question, he said. I want to say it's a fantastic question from Dallas Cowboy Football News, and I never got to really speak on it. I just want to say real quick, Zeke is the best running back in the NFL. He is, and again, the reason why he's not signed now is because he is not on the. It's not his turn to be signed now. It's just the way that's just the way. I want to make sure everyone's clear on that because he doesn't have to be signed now, and we can keep going a couple of years down the line. He knows it. We know it. That's why he's starting talking about I want to get paid because everybody knows what's coming. But that's not this year. Other contracts are more important right now than the best player on our team, which is Ezekiel Elliott. But do the Cowboys they was it the third pick? Do the Cowboys value the running back position? I believe they value running the ball. I don't believe they value the running back. Like I believe in this day and age. I know with Emmett that was a different day and age. Now it's different. Now in this day and age, they don't trust the running back to last a long time. So I'm afraid, and I really hope it doesn't happen, but I'm afraid the Cowboy front office might be leaning towards let's see what happens. I think this year is going to be a big year, whether it's by the draft. And also, whether it's cornerback, also, guys, cornerback and running back, look for that in the draft. Because I think when we get these two guys, that's going to determine what we do with Byron Jones next year, 100%, whether you are on the fence or on one side or the other. It's going to determine. That's going to determine, I think, what we do this offseason. And, of course, Byron Jones' production as well. And, of course, Ezekiel Elliott. We know his production. But I think we're going to see the Cowboys going to show their cards now and see what we're going to really do with him. If they disrespect him next year, I think that that the Cowboys are going to go towards another direction. And again, drafting and seeing how we use this guy on this season. And again, out of the backfield, Zeke has been, fantastic. Breaking records on the Cowboys franchise. For the breaking Herschel Walker's record for catches for running back out of the backfield. So all these things. There's no way I can see him being gone. But again, this front office has pulled this stuff before. And maybe I think that's a great question Dallas Cowboy Football News asked, because they value the running back position, like running the ball, but they don't value the running back doing it. They feel they can get the same production out of 2 or 3 guys or less expensive guys than someone like Zeke who's going to demand big money. But then I say, why you draft them then? Why did you draft them so early? Why did you draft them with such high priority? So, anyways, good questions, guys. You know where I'm at, Dallas Cowboys for our channel, number 1, and now and forever. So you guys know where to find us on YouTube, My Cowboys Family. We do daily videos, chats, streams, whatever. This audio is going on right now on our channel as well. So make sure you sub up to us, but not just us, to the whole roundtable crew, guys. DJ Crown J, Dallas Cowboy Football News, and of course, Dallas Cowboy Fan 1980 with the power. He jumped in here earlier.
Sir.
And thanks to everybody in the chat, midday afternoon. We had to get this out there, guys. DJ's the man. And I didn't want to miss out on his views on this on our side. That's why I'm playing it on our channel too, because I want to make sure that, DJ's voice is heard. And you make some great points. That's why we have these discussions. Yep. So much love to the chat. Much love to all you guys. And as always, Navy, blue, silver, and the star over everything. Go Cowboys!
Woo! Dallas Cowboy Football News. Closing statement, brother man.
Absolutely. Quick commercial break. You're listening to the aftermath of the round table. Monday day. Huh? Not Saturday night. It's Monday day. Afternoon, evening, however you want to look at it. However you slice the pizza, I'm not going to judge you. I just don't want it square, please. I want it my triangle.
Oh.
Ooh. Like a bikini line. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
Now we do round tables.
The cops are after you, brother. The cops are after you.
Hey, if they want me, they can come get me.
Oh.
Yep, bad boys. What you gonna do? I gotta close my statements right now. It's true. Represent the silver and blue. Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
No, guys, catch us on the round table every Saturday. Hours vary. It's anywhere between 9 p.m. Central up till 1 o'clock in the morning. Hours do kind of circulate. Set your alarm clocks, guys. But no, we try to keep it 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9 o'clock Central. So be on the lookout for those roundtables on Saturday, guys. And I just want to say thank you for the outpouring support of all these channels, guys. The direct messages, the comments, the tweets, letting us know that we're doing a good job. And it's not only for you guys, it's also for our Dallas Cowboys. It wouldn't be a show without the viewers. It wouldn't be a show without our Dallas Cowboys. So appreciate all the love and support everybody shows us. It lets us know that we're doing a hell of a job, and I really do appreciate that. Dallas Cowboy Football News on YouTube, Dallas Cowboy Football News on Facebook, DCF News 1 on Twitter. And if you're man enough to talk X's and O's, slide in my DMs like a hoe.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Always hitting it.
Man, y'all know we all here for one thing, baby. We want to win, and we're going to express our feelings on how we feel about what's going on with this organization. This is actually more one of the calmer debates we done had, because they can get pretty rough sometimes. So, Saul, let me know when you create your YouTube channel. I will subscribe. Just let me know. Appreciate my Cowboys family and football news coming on, man. Let me do this because I didn't get to do it Saturday. So, shout out to everybody.
1980 was here too.
Oh, yeah, 1980 came on. I knew bro was gonna come on. Even at work, man, he came through. Shout out to everybody in my Cowboys family that's watching. I saw people in the comments saying they was ready to hear my opinion, and that really make me feel good that y'all heard everybody else's opinion Saturday and still wanted to hear mine too. So I appreciate everybody over there that I saw say that in the comments, man. Shout out to all y'all. We all want to win. And I appreciate y'all, man. We'll be back Saturday for the round table. Peace. Oh, and hopefully next week I'll be doing the round table live with my Cowboys family, because I will be in the area next week. So we'll see if we can make that happen, y'all.
Yes.
If we don't get the round table, we'll probably do a stream earlier that day, out and about or whatever. But we're gonna do something. We're gonna link up next week because I'll be in that area. So
Bolton Hose.
Peace out, y'all. Peace out, y'all. Thanks for watching.
Guys, I'm doing my closing, guys. So take care. Peace.